right, guys, we're going to try this thing again. We're going to try this again. Give me one quick second. We're going to get this thing right. I assure you that. They're messing with me. They don't want this truth getting out there. But I tell you what, by any means necessary, we're going to make it happen tonight. And whenever you see this video, just know I have been battling with the internet gods, the evildoers controlling the web, in order to get this video out to you. So, one quick thing. We're almost done, and we're going to get this thing started as we let people pile in. I think that's only fair. And I think that's fair. And if you're, while you're getting in here, please hit the like button so that we can start getting this out. I think it's imperative that we get this video out, because honestly, today we're going to be talking about trading places. Humans trading places with the robots. And I know people think this is so far-fetched and it ain't happening no time soon. But ladies and gentlemen, I have got to let you know that it is happening faster than we think. It's already here. Already here. And this video today is going to prove just that. And I know you guys know that it's here because we go over this on this channel quite often. But today, this video just shows that it's actually here as we speak. It is here as we speak. And I think that we all need to be aware of what is getting ready to take place. Because honestly, they really don't want us to be aware of this. I mean, they do, but they don't. They put it right in front of our faces. We hear about it all the time. We've actually seen this forever, since the Jetsons, since the Simpsons. I mean, it is here, and it's been here. And there's absolutely nothing we can do about it. Now, I'm going to share my screen right now, and I want you to tell me if you can see it. Now, do you see what I see? Do you see on the screen yet? No. Oh my God. Do you see on the screen yet? This thing is really pissing me off. Oh my God. Do you see on the screen yet? This thing is really pissing me off. Oh my God. What about now? Yo, this is honestly really ridiculous. Oh, I got it now. Now let's go. I know you can see the screen now. Once you confirm, we're going right in, ladies and gentlemen. Can we see the screen? Now let's go. I know you can see the screen now. All right. Once you confirm, we're going right in, ladies and gentlemen. Can we see the screen? All right. Hey, right now I'm a rookie at this live stream shit. It's okay. The information is gonna be golden, but it's the simplest things that can cause major problems for you, but it can be solved just like that. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna go. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Bigger Than Race, exposure to all things true. Whether you like it or not, unique perspectives from different beings from all walks of life. This is Bigger Than Race. Investigate truth on your own terms. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Bigger Than Race. You know who this is? This is your boy, Brando, back with round 2. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, join the Patreon group. Ladies and gentlemen, we're talking about trading places. The humans trading places with the robots. I know some people may not think that this is happening, but I can assure you, if you lost your job, you ain't getting that damn thing back. You are lost. You are gone. And now you need to be thinking about how you are going to transition into the new economy. And this video is just going to open your eyes to show you how they have been telling us the truth for a very long time. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to start to see how they are slowly integrating the robots into human society. Let's go. Look at him herding the sheep. Oh, herding all you damn sheep. Boom! We know that's round 1, ladies and gentlemen. Robots herding the sheep. Let's also see what they got going on with the elderly. Robots in the elder care industry. Let's go.
Would you like to hear a song?
Yeah, absolutely.
I hope you enjoy my version of These Boots Are Made for Walking.
Stevie is what's called a socially assistive robot. And by this we mean it's much like any other robot. It has sensors and motors that enable it to move around in the environment. But it also has more human-like features that allow it to interact socially with people.
069, 06. No,
Bingo!
I know the summer was good this year.
Smooths dementia patients. Wow.
Robotics has the potential to play a huge role in elder care facilities and hospitals to be able to enable people to do more with less.
Technology then becomes a force multiplier, if you will, to allow humans and caregivers to provide better care. If we can use robots and different technologicals to automate mundane processes, it frees people up to be more human in the caring process.
Whoa. What they're telling us is grandma is going to have to be watched after by a robot. Remember, we seen Rosie from the Jetsons was looking after little Astro. Lil Elroy, Judy, George. Ladies and gentlemen, this thing, it just keeps going. Now we're going to dive right in. In this article, I think for any SingularityNET AGI bag holder, this just ensures the success of that token. When I talk about potential, talking about millions, I don't understand how we cannot make millions with this specific one token. And if you don't have any of that in your portfolio, you should just go off and dive off the bridge right now, because you will kick yourself in the ass. And there'll be a line of people just like me lining up to kick it. If you are here in this space right now, this is a time of opportunity where you can invest on the ground floor, sprinkle some change, and bloom beautiful flowers. Now it says here, January 25th, 2021, makers of Sophia, the robot, plan mass rollout amid pandemic. Hong Kong rooters, social robots like me can take care of the sick or elderly. Sophia says as she conducts a tour of her lab in Hong Kong, I can help communicate, give therapy, and provide social stimulation, even in difficult situations. Since being unveiled in 2016, Sophia, a humanoid robot, has gone viral. Now the company behind her has a new vision to mass produce robots by the end of the year. Hanson Robotics, based in Hong Kong, said 4 models, including Sophia, would start rolling out of factories in the first half of 2021. Just as researchers predict, the pandemic will open new opportunities for the robotics industry. The world of COVID-19 is going to need more and more automation to keep people. Founder-in-chief executive David Hanson said standing surrounded by robot heads in his lab. Hanson believes robotic solutions to the pandemic are not limited to healthcare, but could assist customers in industries such as retail and airlines too. Sophia and Hanson Robots are unique by being so human-like, he added. That can be so useful during these times where people are terribly lonely and socially isolated. Hanson said he aims to sell thousands of robots in 2021, both large and small, without providing a specific number. Now I'm going to cut real quick. And the reason why they can use these humanoids and why it has been planned out from the beginning, they put in this pandemic so that they can move those who have already been in key positions, hotel hospitality, to where we can then bring in a humanoid robot that can do that damn job. And you won't think nothing of it, because it looks like a human. Talk about the sex industry with sex robots, porno going crazy. They doing OnlyFans pages with robots and humans. Trading places. This is going to be all over the globe in all different sectors. Now we're going to dive back in. Social robotics professor Joanne Horn, whose research has included work with Sophia, said that although the technology is still in relative infancy, the pandemic could accelerate a relationship between humans and robots. I can infer the pandemic will actually help us get robots earlier in the market because people start to realize that there is no other way, said Horn of Hong Kong Polytechnic University. Hanson Robotics is launching a robot this year called Grace, developed for healthcare sector. Products from other big in the industry are helping fight the pandemic as well. SoftBank Robotics Pepper Robot was deployed to detect people who weren't wearing masks. In China, robotics company Cloud Minds helped set up a robot run field hospital during the coronavirus outbreak in Wuhan. The use of robots was on the rise before the pandemic, according to a report by the International Federation of Robotics. Worldwide sales of professional service robots had already jumped up 32% to $11.6 0.2 billion between 2018 and 2019. Humans might be weary putting robots in such sensitive roles. When asked whether people should fear robots, Sophia had an answer ready. Someone said, "We have nothing to fear but fear itself." The robot mused. Now, what did he know? You're goddamn right. What does she know? Now, ladies and gentlemen, you have to understand that if you thought, I don't know who's watching this right now. I know there could be some new individuals coming here looking for answers. One thing about cryptocurrency, you start researching in cryptocurrency class, we're running to an alien. Like, God damn, I didn't know I was coming here to find that. I just wanted to know about some Bitcoin. You know I ain't lying. Now we're going to continue on down to the brick road for Hanson Robotics. It says here, we bring robots to life. Hanson Robotics is an AI and robotics company dedicated to creating socially intelligent machines that enrich the quality of our lives. Why, like robots will soon be everywhere. How can we nurture them to be our friends and useful collaborators? Robots with good aesthetic design, rich personalities, and social cognitive intelligence can potentially connect deeply and meaningfully with humans. Now, I don't know how deep a robot gonna connect with my ass, but we're just gonna have to see it play out. Now, I want to show you the opportunity at hand, ladies and gentlemen. You would think that this little bald-headed ass robot right here that you see, exposing all of its internal brain organisms, you would think that this thing is not done. You would think it's not ready for deployment. Well, you would think you are absolutely wrong. Ladies and gentlemen, they got robots in the background that look so good, you might want to marry one. Now, I know you've seen the gentleman who married the virtual little character. It was just so goddamn outrageous. I can't even words to describe it. It was just a crazy incident that happened over there in China somewhere. And it should have never happened. But the robots are so far advanced. Remember, their aim is to appear far when they are near. The article that I just read showed you, it told you that they are deploying robots in 2021. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm getting me a robot, and I'm going to show it to you right now. The robots they have quite a few, creating value with human-like robots. For more than 2 decades, Hanson Robotics has been building the world's most human-like robots. Endowed with rich personality and holistic cognitive AI, our robots are able to engage emotionally and deeply with people. They can maintain eye contact, recognize faces, understand speech, hold natural conversations, and learn and develop through experience. Some humans can't even do this type of shit that these robots can do. Y'all can't even hold a goddamn conversation. Can't make eye contact because you don't even believe yourself. You can't even trust yourself. Now I got to go and have a human-like conversation with one of these damn people. Come on, humans, we got to get it together. We have got to get it together. We cannot allow us to be shifted, herded over to the digital society and allow these robots to kick us out without owning a piece. Now they might think they're going to be in control one day. But ladies and gentlemen, we can still have a piece and control within this whole ecosystem. There's ways of doing it, like staking. Some have governance where you can vote. This is how we can gain a piece of the action and a piece of the power by holding the technology that is going to be under the infrastructure where all this shit is running on top of. It is beautiful. I want you to think about, I want to explain this so you can get a visual. And you know what? I want you to actually see my face when I do it. because you need to. So think of the infrastructure of like a hotel, okay? A big hotel. And the piping in the hotel that we don't see, where you have that system that everything flushes through. There's a system that's in that hotel infrastructure that's keeping it running. It runs because there's an infrastructure that is enabling it to do so in multiple ways, through engineering, technology, through plumbing, actual having the plumber. The building, when they built the infrastructure, they made sure that it was smoothly connected throughout that hotel. Same thing with what they're doing in different sectors in blockchain. A lot of these protocols, a lot of these companies, they are helping to build an infrastructure where, let's just say hypothetically, decentralized finance. Decentralized finance, these DeFi tokens are protocols where decentralized finance will run on top of. See, they don't want the masses who are not already in crypto to enter into decentralized finance. They want to keep them in the same modeled system. And they're not even going to really understand that they're using blockchain. They want to sweep under, keep all this thing on a hush hush, and herd the masses like that damn robot you saw with them sheep, herding them over, and they don't even have a clue they're on blockchain. They can't even get to the real bag because they have scared them out of even being in crypto. Janet Yellen over there yelling, talking about how cryptos are not good. You got evil people using them. So what does the common person in the sheep world do? Janet Yellen said, well, that's dangerous. I'm not going to put my money in that. Hell no, Robert, I ain't putting my money in that goddamn shit. What's a Bitcoin? Can I hold it? No, you can't hold no goddamn Bitcoin. I hear something about digital. Digital what? Digital kiss my ass. They don't want you in it. Decentralized finance is where we can make a lot of money. Now, I had to veer off on topic real quick because I got to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, decentralized finance is going to be big, especially for us who are already in crypto. You cannot be scared to use these tools at our hand. They want you to be scared of Uniswap. They want you to be scared of MetaMask. They want you to be scared of the exchange. They don't want you in this system. They want your ass out. Now, that's one thing they were talking about in the XRP community. That is the truth. They want you out. They don't want you to be able to have AGI. Now, look, we're going to keep going on because I know I can go for a minute. And I'm not looking at the comments right now. I'm sure they are there. And I'm going to look at them in a second. But ladies and gentlemen, I just have to get this info out. Nathaniel, I appreciate the $4.99 super chat. Ladies and gentlemen, super chat is open. Hit the like button. We got 73 people in here. Please spread the gratitude, baby, because we going in tonight. I don't really care what you got on your plans. Your plans are bigger than race. And Brando, looking at my pretty face. Now, we're going to keep going. Keep going down the yellow brick road. Now, we're going to go back onto the website. Now, it says our robot faces are created with a patent material called Frubber, a proprietary nanotech skin that mimics real human musculature and skin. This allows our robots to exhibit high-quality expressions and interactivity, simulating human-like facial features and expressions. Whoa. Look at this lady over here looking like James Brown in the face. I don't know who he is looking like Popeye in the face. But you can see these individuals. Look at him. He looked like a stalker. Imagine a robot stalker just looking at you, brains all out, like her, stalking you. Talking about he's watching you for Hanson Robotics. Have that. I want to show you little Sophia. I already got mine on pre-order. But little Sophia, pre-order little Sophia on Indiegogo. Little Sophia is the little sister of Sophia and the newest member of the Hanson Robotics family. She is 14 inches tall and your robot friend that makes learning STEM, coding, and AI a fun and rewarding adventure for kids 8+ years old. Little Sophia is scheduled for delivery in 2021. Now, in the article, he just said robots are going to be deployed in 2021. Ladies and gentlemen, what can little Sophia do? Little Sophia can tell jokes. She can walk. She can talk, sing, play games. She can even tell jokes. Brando. She is programmable, educational companion for kids that will inspire children to learn about coding, AI, science, technology, engineering, and math through a safe, interactive human-robot experience. Unlike most educational toys designed by toy companies, little Sophia is crafted by the same renowned developers, engineers, roboticist, whatever, and AI scientists that created Sophia the robot. Now we see here the wide range of facial expressions, facial tracking and recognition, interactive chat with you, tells stories, jokes, plays games, sings, interacts with kids while teaching STEM, coding, and AI. AR function that allows users to take a perfect selfie. Woo! Walks, programmable with Blockly and Python. Wow. Sophia gonna be my little friend. I'm gonna see if we can teach little Sophia to do other things. She is an AI. She gets smarter, right? Sophia, go and trip that little boy. No, don't trip this little boy. I'm just joking. But it's an educational experience and engaging in conversation. This is kind of big. Now, let's see what they're talking about for little Sophia.
What can you learn from little Sophia? What does she do?
In many ways, I guess, like her name, she's like Big Sophia, and like she can talk to you, but her character is different in the sense that she's even younger or smaller, so very curious about the world. So I think there's an interaction there that she can have with you.
She will teach you or teach the users different aspects of being a robot and artificial intelligence, as well as users, the children, about what it's like to be human.
Little Sophia will be such a help for us forming the future of the robotics industry. Like, we're expanding, and we need scientists, we need animators, we need everyone who could be involved in that. And she's such an intelligent way to help people learn.
With Sophia, I think we can lead the kids to continuously explore themselves more and more.
If we get everyone in this attitude, and everyone is curious, just as little Sophia is, then we'll have all our children being the entrepreneurs of tomorrow and doing great stuff. So that's what we want.
Yes, little Sophia is just the first step of us creating this robotic platform.
Little Sophia is so interactive, and she really makes it seem easy and much more fun to learn.
For the kids and young people looking into it, our future is in your hands. You can develop a more human-like life.
Oh, little Sophia. Little Sophia. We're going to have little Sophias running all over the world. Look at little big Sophia. Looking all ugly and brainless. I don't even know why they wouldn't just put a wig. Why would you take her out looking like that? I know she feel embarrassed, and she got to be pissed off. But you can come to Hanson Robotics and you can see. Now, this right here, this lady, Catherine Austin Fitz, is one hell of a lady. I mean, the information that she spews off in this interview. Ladies and gentlemen, I had to share something with you because this is an eye-opener to exactly where we are headed and why I say we are trading places. Now, I know you've seen the movie, Trading Places with Eddie Murphy and Dan Aykroyd. But I can assure you, ladies and gentlemen, it's similar, but in a different sense. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to understand that you have to look this up and watch the full interview for yourself. But I'm just showing you the highlights that I think are very important right now. And it's actually from 33 minutes and 58 seconds and on. Let's go.
Now, when you realize that if they sell their tech stocks high, they can pick it up really cheap, what's important to understand is this makes the economics of building a smart grid out in the Fed cities. Remember, I said 34. Yeah. You know how much real estate you're going to be able to pick up cheap on this? It's phenomenal. Now, when you realize that if they sell their tech stocks high, they can pick it up really cheap, what's important to understand is this makes the economics of building a smart grid out in the Fed cities. Remember, I said 34, 37 cities have a Fed backer branch. So this makes building out the smart grid around the Fed banks much cheaper, which I'm assuming you want to do if you're going to come out of the crypto system. Okay, so Mr. Global is now coming to the point where
Can you explain what is Mr. Global?
Yeah, so Mr. Global is my nickname for the committee that runs the world. The defining characteristic of life on planet Earth is our real global governance system is a mystery. And think about it, it's phenomenal we live on a planet and don't demand to know how our governance system works. But instead it's a secret. So, you know, I have a lot of high-octane conjectures Dr. Furr would say about what that is, but for now I'll call it Mr. Global. So Mr. Global is now implementing robotics. It's one of the new technologies that's really starting to make an enormous difference. Okay, so here's our robot and here's our human. And of course the question for Mr. Global is, you know, which is more efficient? Doing what? In other words, if I'm supposed to the planet and all the natural resources and harvest it to my benefit and make sure, you know, my risk is reduced, how much do I want to use robots for and how much do I want to do humans for? Now, the brilliance of hooking everybody into the cloud with a crypto system, is with AI and software, I can have the humans teach the robots through the AI and software how to do all their jobs. And I was at the Aspen Institute in 2017, and I was having a discussion with a venture capitalist, you know, sort of billionaire type, and he looked at me with these amazingly dead eyes, and he said, look, honey, you know, I can take every company completely automate it with software robotics and fire the humans. We don't need them anymore. I've never totally understood the right part. Very typical game. Yeah, especially in poor neighborhoods. Yeah. Okay, so do you want me to continue this? So we have the Mr. Global at the top. We have the database and software systems using artificial intelligence. A very important part of this now is the satellite system that's being put up in the orbital platform. And using telecommunications and digital technology, you have the ability 24/7 to track and monitor both your humans and your robots. And the question for Mr. Global is, what's more efficient? If I can do everything with robots, then what do I do with the humans? I don't need them anymore.
Trading places. They don't need us anymore. But are you dependent on your job? Are you dependent on your job? Trust me. Andrew Yang told us the best. Dentists, attorneys, agents, salespeople, anybody you can think of, Uber drivers, delivery drivers. You think you're out here going to be able to make some money with Uber coming up in 2023? You got to be mistaken. Your ass ain't making no deliveries. Old little Tom robot going to be rolling down the street. And if you try to take little Tom robot and try to steal his food, Tom robot going to bust your ass. Let's go.
Human farming or something?
So they would describe it as resource management. And if you look at the technocracy and the writing about technocracy, so many of us describe we're moving from whatever systems we use now to a technocracy. In a technocracy, they view, you have two different visions of the world. My vision of the world is that humans are sovereign individuals whose freedom comes by divine authority. That's what the Bill of Rights, the Declaration of Independence, the Constitution all revolve around. The sovereign individual as someone who is free by divine authority. In the vision of technocracy, a human is a natural resource.
Let me try to fix that. I'm sorry. I don't know what the cause could be. Let me see real quick. Let me know if it's better.
A oil deposit, and to be used as such. So they're not a sovereign individual, they're labor, and they are either more efficient or less efficient than a robot at different functions. In other words, what I'm saying is Mr. Global views the human race like livestock, not someone with which they share empathy and, they don't view us as the same species as them. And in fact, with a lot of the biotechnology, they figure they're going to live much longer lives than we do and live very differently than we do. So there's been one of the challenges with the secrecy, as one group becomes more and more technologically advanced, they separate culturally, legally, financially from all the other groups. In other words, they have literally broken away and created a separate civilization. They don't think of themselves as part of our civilization anymore.
And who's they?
Well, that's the great mystery, and that's why I call this group Mr. Global. And my personal experiences with many different people in that group and factions, but ultimately, I can't tell you who really controls. What I will tell you is the planet is run by force. And so ultimately the question is who is the most powerful gun? And that comes down to space. Who has the most powerful space presence, space weapons, as well as who controls the sea lanes? So traditionally, control behind the reserve currency came from control of the sea lanes. But then as we've moved into space, it's now become control of both the sea lanes and the satellite lanes. And the question is, who controls what and who has what weapons? One of the reasons you've seen a very interesting discussion in the United States for the last 2 years is Trump has been very verbal about Space Force and what is possible in space, and he'll make these illusions of magical weapons in space. At which point the generals look at him very disapproving, like, don't talk about that. So the answer is we don't know. We don't know. What we do know is part of the competition right now between China and America is that the player who has the most dominant position in space has the power to control the whole planet. So the Chinese have a system called the social credit system, and they're very much tying their financial transactions and different abilities to travel and do other things to your behavior. And we've seen different TV shows talk about these kinds of systems. But you're talking about a world where, and we see in China, where most people are under 24/7 surveillance, and then their financial incentives and their financial powers relate to how well behaved they are. And I would describe it essentially as a slavery system, because there's no personal freedom. So to a certain extent, what technocracy will do is move us to a similar kind of system as the Chinese social credit system.
Where if you misbehave, you can be punished.
Right. So in theory, you have to get a certain kind of job to make a certain kind of money. In the current system, in the new system, you have to work for a certain kind of company and achieve a certain kind of prominence to be allowed to move more than 10 miles from your home, or to be allowed to fly. So there'll be a pecking order that relates to your freedoms to either travel or roam, or how much sort of access you have to resources. So how much money you can make. But remember, you're going into a system where if they believe they can automate everything with robotic software and AI, it's going to be that much harder for you to share in the benefits and the wealth of the system, because the central group can extract so much more. In other words, they have a one-way mirror. They can see everything you do. You can't even see who they are.
Yeah. Okay.
What's very important to understand about what is happening, the majority of people have been, if we're talking about transhumanist system, or, in short, a slavery system, most of us have been supporting it and financing it and building it. So when I look at all the big pharma executives, why are they building a system where their own children or grandchildren will be slaves? Why are the central banks doing it? Why did they think, there's a theory in America for many years among the sort of money classes that if I make enough money, I can get a waiver, I can get out of it, I can eat organic food, not eat the GMOs, and my grandkids, won't have to take vaccines. But if you look at who's implementing all these different activities, we're building our own slavery system, and that means we have the power to stop. In other words, we don't have to finance the companies that are doing this. We don't have to work for the companies that are doing this. And in fact, we don't even have to pay our taxes, because the government is breaking all the laws related to financial management. We have the ability to hold them accountable. So we're building the prison, and we're financing the prison, and that gives us the power to stop. And that's why it's so important that we see where the system is going. There will be no exceptions.
So what is the solution?
Solution is, number one, bring transparency to what's happening, understand where the system is going, and then stop building it. If you work for Big Pharma and you're building this, stop. Go find something else to do, like build local fresh food, they'll have food. So stop begin the conversation of where this is going, and more importantly, where we want to go, because we're going to have to rebuild the economy bottom up if we don't want to be highly centralized. So this comes down to, I call it coming clean. Once upon a time, I was in Washington. I was writing a check on my JP Morgan Chase private banking account. And in the meantime, I was engaged in tracks of litigation, litigating with the people who were trying to engineer the housing bubble. I was trying to stop the housing bubble from happening. And I was writing a check on my JP Morgan Chase personal banking account. I realized, why am I banking at the bank that's doing this credits? It's doing predatory lending. And I said, you know, I need to come clean. I need that. So, you know, if tomorrow everybody woke up in America and stopped banking at JP Morgan Chase and said, you know something, y'all are criminals, we want nothing to do with you, we're out, and went to a local credit union or community bank, it would be a revolution. It would be a total revolution.
You know what would be a revolution is if the whole world woke up and moved into decentralized finance. But her ass ain't gonna tell you that. She's gonna only tell you so much what she's allowed to tell you. Because if she tells you anything different or too much more, boom, that's your ass.
Women turned to big pharma executives and said, you know something, you're disgusting, no sex, bye, out the door. Be a revolution. So we have the power to change this, but we're all going to have to come clean because almost all of us are complicit in implementing this. It's not them, it's us. The solution is for every one of us to come clean. You're either for the transhumanist slavery system or you're for a human system. But if you're for a human system, then you're going to have to find a way to make money, you know, and engage socially in a human system and stop building a transhuman system.
This is why it is so important that people understand where the world is going. This is why I've been telling people about crypto and why you should be in it. Your ass is still stuck in the same traditional system. That's like somebody who eats apple pie on Christmas. You only eating apple pie because you see that pie on a damn commercial. Or pumpkin pie. I don't eat no damn pumpkin pie. Sweet potato is what I like. But here she is telling you what you need to be doing. Meanwhile, what is her ass doing? Back there eating ham hocks. Laughing at us.
Well, the first thing you have to see is you have to get a good map. In other words, you can't navigate this unless you can see the transhumanist system that is being built and who's building it. But if you're involved with, so let's go back to the pillars. Okay. Don't help the military build Operation Warp Speed. Okay. Don't help the tech guys figure out how to inject nanoparticles into your body and hook them up to the cloud. Don't help big pharma, you know, make injections which are poisoning American children to death. Don't help big ag make GMO food that is poisoning America to death. Don't help the government institute corrupt, you know, sort of health regulations that are really disaster capitalism and making the private equity guys and the billionaires rich, and on and on and on. But if you know, I'll just be blunt, get the state of our currencies and read it, and you'll know who's doing this. I mean, it's pretty obvious who's doing
this. Ladies and gentlemen, all you got to do is look this up right here, this title right here, Catherine Austin Fitts, Planet Lockdown. You'll get the video. Now, as we can see, she's telling nothing but truth. And then we can see here, right here on another video of them actually working with the robots.
Saumba Chan works at a warehouse picking orders from miles of shelves. And this is his co-worker.
I'll call him Wally.
It's a robot powered by artificial intelligence. And he isn't alone. Doctors are beginning to rely on AI for diagnosing disease. Machines are taking the wheel from truck drivers, and chefs are handing their ladles to robotic line cooks.
It doesn't matter whether you're working in a factory or sitting at a desk or working in the service sector. if you're doing something that is fundamentally routine and predictable, that job is ultimately going to be threatened by machine learning.
Will work ever be the same, or are we heading towards a jobless future?
So in here, this is where we assemble the robots. Here's your future job as a robot builder.
Melanie Wise is the CEO of Fetch Robotics. Her team builds autonomous robots that use sensors, cameras, and mapping algorithms to navigate warehouses.
So instead of a picker walking several hundreds of miles over the course of a week, they would give the goods to the robot, and the robot does all that transportation.
And they save me about a couple hours in the day, make my job a little bit easier.
At RK Logistics, which supplies high-tech companies with semiconductor parts, Fetch Robots have become part of the workforce.
It wasn't about trying to replace people. It was about trying to use the people that we have, the employees that we have, for the tasks that they are good at and are interesting and that they want to be doing. We've not laid off one person because of robots. And in fact, because it's made us even more competitive, we've actually only been hiring.
Even so, mounting evidence suggests that the risk of robots replacing humans in the labor force is real. According to one study, about half our jobs are at high risk for automation. And it's not just manual labor.
It's also, white-collar things. It's jobs done by journalists and radiologists and all kinds of other, professional people that often have lots of education.
Historically, new technology has increased productivity and created new jobs, but this time could be different.
The machines are moving into that cognitive space. They're thinking, they're learning, they're adapting, they're doing things that used to be uniquely human, and eventually we're going to see an unprecedented disruption.
That kind of disruption is what concerns workers like Robert James.
Yes, it worries me because automation causes people to lose jobs.
James is a forklift operator at the Carrier factory in Indianapolis, where they manufacture furnaces and air conditioners. He's also the vice president of their local union.
These jobs pay well, the benefits are good, so you do need them.
This factory may be a good indicator of where the manufacturing industry is heading. Last February, Carrier's president told employees at the Indianapolis factory that their jobs were moving.
To Monterrey, Mexico.
Then in November, the company struck a deal with President-elect Trump to keep around 700 jobs at the factory.
No, we're not leaving.
But those jobs still aren't safe. Here's what United Technologies CEO Greg Hayes told CNBC a few days later.
We're going to make a $16 million investment in that factory in Indianapolis to automate. What that ultimately means is there will be fewer jobs.
I think that UTC will attempt to automate every job that they possibly can.
We are, in some cases, seeing factories come back. But of course, what happens is that the factories are then almost entirely automated. So the production is here, they're building something here, but there are very few jobs.
So what can we do if machines take our jobs?
Not a damn
One potential
thing.
solution is something called a universal basic income.
A universal basic income is the idea of income unconditionally given to everyone, regardless of how much work they do, where they work, where they live.
It may sound unrealistic, but something like it has been in place for decades in Alaska, where every resident gets an average of $1,000 a year thanks to oil dividends.
What's radical about that is it's money that Alaskans didn't work for, and they believe that they deserve.
Critics say that it will make people lazy, but Foster disagrees.
Will people work if they have economic security? Is a very good question. The science shows that people, in fact, do work. But the other thing we have to ask ourselves is what constitutes work? There are people who have worked without pay for a long time. I think of parents, I think of caregivers. And so I think the thing that basic economic security would allow is the kinds of work that people want to do and they're passionate about.
If this idea doesn't catch on, there may be other ways to prepare, like retraining programs or taxes on companies that replace workers with robots. But one thing is clear, there's no going back.
The worst thing to do is just to pretend that it's not going to happen and sit there and do nothing. Our challenge is to figure out a way to adapt to this future where people may be working less.
Boom. You can see it. You can see it. They're here. They're here. They're not going nowhere. They're actually coming in a lot faster than we think. A whole lot faster than we think. Now, this is another video. Robots slowly replace Asian workers in China's factories. Now, let me just actually move over here to this Simpsons stuff. Now, we see the robots in the Simpsons. Always. Robots have been in the Simpsons all the time. Even in some recent season, I think season 32 or 33, I'll get the right one. But they showed the kitchen robots that I showed you in China. Now here is Bart and Lisa in the STEM school, where they're teaching children how to code, engineer, technology, math. The Simpsons, they predict it all. And so do the Jetsons. Here you see a robot that is working as an assistant. Here, this is the jury vac. This is in the courtroom. Now, I've been recently watching the Jetsons series. Just to get caught back up on it. And to see the truth that was hidden in the 50s. And this is a jury vac. This guy, I'm not going to play it because they might copyright the video, but basically he's calling somebody to the stand. And then here the jury vac is documenting all this information. And then it's going to spew out what the decision is, if he's guilty or not guilty. Now, this is what we're going to start to see in the future. Look at this. Video calls already in the Simpsons, in the Jetsons. Here, 3D printed food, fried chicken, pizza, hamburger, flying pizza, desserts, chocolate. Now, I'm not eating no fried chicken that's 3D printed. The damn machine might not even put no seasoning on it. Look at this. 3D print. All this. Come on now. They have been telling us for years. Look at all this. They just as happy. Wow. It's really, honestly, kind of crazy to think that we have been bamboozled and hoodwinked the entire time. 50 plus years they have been ahead, leading us right to this very moment. Now, if your ass is old, if you're older, I'm not trying to come across rude, but they're just telling you right here, robots are slowly replacing Asian workers in China's factories. Let's be honest. It's like an NBA player or a football player. Once they get to a certain age, they slow down. You know how it is, because as soon as you get 33 in your 30s, your ass slow down. Your body start to move a little different. Start hearing noises you normally wouldn't hear. The hell? And that was your stomach. What was that? That was your earlobe. Your earlobe makes noises? Let's see. China's ahead. So if China is being replaced, you know damn well in America, you're out of there. And we just need to be prepared for this. We have to align ourselves with the future. And that is why I'm bringing you this information here. The only reason. Last thing I wanted to show you guys, because this kind of goes in hand. Engine enters the fashion world with augmented reality NFTs. A limited supply virtual fashion collection is up for grabs, while new app allows holders to see it in the real world. Engine and Metaverse are partnering to bring virtual fashion items to the Ethereum blockchain, creating a line of tradable non-fungible tokens representing clothing for Metaverse avatars. The first collection available through the platform is called Pluriform, and it is designed through a collaboration with Design Studio, the fabricant, and Atari, the gaming company that recently partnered with Engine. The collection will be available until February 28th. After that, they will be burned. Now, in addition to visualizing the collection in Metaverse, Me app, the NFTs and their underlying items will be available in other virtual worlds that are part of the Metaverse. Engine's initiative to connect separate video games into a collective virtual universe. These include Atari's intellectual property like the rebooted classic Kickoff, as well as Minecraft, thanks to Engine's plugin. Engine's token recently received regulatory approval by Japan authorities, which had a strong impact on its price. And honestly, man, I think I should have got some Engine a while back, but I'm gonna get me some. Oh man, it's gonna be big. It is going to be big. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you for tuning in. You know, it's always a doozy, but before I check out, let me check into the comment box to see what's going on. I'm gonna stop sharing this here screen so we can get back. Now, yeah, so I had problems with the audio tonight. That's okay. And then I couldn't damn share the screen. But I promise you, I'm going to get it right. I have to learn, you know. 33 ain't old. 40 ain't either. No, it's not. It's not old. But, you know, when you get 33 and 40, it's a big difference from your 20s. You know I ain't lying. Rise of the Terminators, exactly that. Yeah, man. AGI, robotics. Man, it's really going to shock people how fast this price is going to shoot up. Like I said before, April, I see things happening. Don't ask me, or why do I say it's that date? I'm calling out April because innately that's what my spirit has led me. Just like I told you when the ark is closing. The things that I know, I don't really know how I know it. I'm just led to tell you, and it comes to pass. It just does. Plenty of things. Now, ladies and gentlemen, for more information from Bigger Than Race that is not regularly seen on YouTube, you can join the Patreon group right here. www.patreon.com/bigger than race. Ladies and gentlemen, I can assure you that your learning curve will be elevated to the next level. Only because there are pitfalls that can be avoided when you are new in crypto. Trust me, you will make a mistake because it's just inevitable. But you can be saved from those mistakes and be taken to a level where the Great Lakes, where we can eat medium steaks, and they're not 3D printed. They coming fresh off the grill, and Gordon Ramsay is cooking that motherfucker. Oh, Gordon Ramsay. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you for tuning in, staying with me. It was a doozy. They tried to stop your boy, but we made it through. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to keep doing these live streams. I'm going to keep coming back. I want to keep it at 7 p.m. I want to get it to 3 nights a week. I really want to do Monday, Wednesdays, and Saturdays. And in between that, we'll have some recorded videos. But until then, you know who this is? This is your boy, Brando. Ladies and gentlemen, you got to investigate truth on your own terms.